Hello there.
Hello there. Welcome back to the Sky Guys podcast. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2026. Mando movie coming this year. Where we have some movie coverage starting next to get into Mando season 2. But first, completing a trilogy for us, we're going to cover the abandoned Star Wars characters. We do a tier list today, see who we want back, who we can just, forget about completely. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Phillips. With me, as always, man's voice here in narration every single week. Pete Consadori is here. Pete, how are you?
Just let's start from scratch. New characters, everything. Andor was the best. We can't do any better. Start from scratch. No, I'm kidding. Doing well. Excited to talk about this. Very excited for this topic.
Yep. Also here with us today, the long forgotten secondary junior senator from Naboo, Nick Fraietta is here. Nick, how are you?
Doing great. This is an interesting topic. I'm excited to see you have them like spoilered
Yep.
on our rundown here. So like what I mean by that is like highlighted over in black, so I can't see who they are. So I'm
Yep.
excited to see who they are.
Yep. Absolutely here. And Pete wants to subscribe to the Sky Guys and do so Apple Podcasts, Google Play, TuneIn, Spotify, Amazon, all usual suspects. Simply search for the Sky Guys here at podcast platform. Follow us there. We're kicking heavily into the Mando movie preview next week. We're going to start season 2 of Mando episodic rewatch. So make sure you're locked in along the way and subscribe.
It's coming up, folks. You don't want to miss it. I know we've covered season two before back in the day, right? That was like one of our first
No,
coverages.
our first time together was the Mando 2 finale.
Yeah, so we will be doing the whole season instead of just the finale and how the season went. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss that out. It's totally free. Helps us out. Google Play, Apple Store, everywhere you can find your podcast, like Mike
And
said.
remember that the tragedy did not make our bracket.
It did
That
not.
was in itself a tragedy.
Yes, it was. And Nick, you can follow us on social media. Can I do that?
Follow at Sky Guys Podcast all over social media, and you can email the pod at skyguyspod@gmail.com.
You can also go to our social media comment week. This popped up during our conversation at the Star Wars State of the Brand. This is from TikTok. This is from Jag All, who said we talk about the ideas that the Disney have a problem identifying what Star Wars fans want. Jag All said all the post Disney acquisition stuff is not bad on paper, just the writing is bad in a different way compared to the prequels. The Disney scripts feel more note and committee based. Sequel story is fine. Young traitor girl discovers he's a Jedi and has to confront the villain who belongs to the Skywalker family. The acolyte Jedi killer appears, so the Jedi have to investigate, so on and so forth. Ironically, Andor was the least interesting one, but his writing was outstanding. So, Pete, this was your podcast. How do you think about what Jack Wall had to say?
I mean, yeah, let me reread this because I gotta be honest, this was a lot.
Basically, he's saying that like a lot of the writing issues he feels like are basically
Yeah,
notes from Disney, like
I just
impacting the writing.
I feel like that's wrong.
You disagree with Jack Wall?
I disagree. I mean, Andor's great.
Yeah, I disagree on the last.
He okay. He's doing all post Disney acquisition. I thought he was talking about specifically Andor.
No, he said the writing is bad in different ways. That Andor is the best written of the bunch.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I agree. I agree to a point. I think that it's not just the writing; it's also the execution by the showrunners. But I agree. I think that Andor was the best written, so that helps it just from the get go.
I think the point he's trying to make, Nick, is this idea of like, oh, if you told us, okay, here's the story of like the sequel trilogy is on paper, the elevator pitch. This sounds cool. The elevator pitch for the Acolyte. This sounds cool. The elevator pitch of Andor, like we're gonna do a prequel on the third lead from the Rogue One, and you're like, okay, but it was written the best and had probably the like, least melody of the studio, so I think that probably helped it out.
Yeah. If that's what he means by least interesting, then I'm with him. Yeah. But if he means that the premise of the show is the least interesting, then no, I do not agree.
Yep, all good. So we can go ahead and go to the Star Wars news here. A little news on this potential Ray movie front, Nick.
Yeah. There's actually two pieces, and I'm going to just loop into one here. But
Yep.
Daisy Ridley said in a recent interview that the Ray movie will be worth the wait, saying that incredible voices and creatives are a part of it. And also, I believe in a different interview,
Yeah, separate interview.
she was asked about the state of the movie and hinted that things were moving in a positive direction and that perhaps filming could begin soon.
Yeah, so she was playing, I think, coy because she went on live with Kelly and Mark and did an interview to promote her other movie, and they asked her about this, and she was like, she was very coy about it from what I saw of the clip. But positive news is better than no news, Pete.
I agree. Still will believe it when I see it. But yes, I'd rather have positives than negatives or delays or anything like that. So I agree with that.
Could have been worse, Nick. You could have gone there and been like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, she says perhaps. I think we all know what it means. We've discussed it already. They're waiting to see how these movies do before they move forward with other things. Especially, I think the one next year, or not next year, or I guess next year, the Starfighter movie.
Yeah.
But they might not have time to wait that long. So I don't know. Maybe the Mando movie will be the deciding factor for this. But they got to see how the reaction is to them back in theaters before they move forward with other projects.
Yeah, I feel like there's one where I think the best case scenario is we're shooting at the end of 26.
Yep.
All right, what else we got?
There will be a five-issue prequel comic series for Maul Shadow Lord, called The Shadow of Maul, that releases in March. Marvel Studios revealed that the basic premise of the show, which sees Maul trying to reestablish his criminal empire on Genix, a planet untouched by the Empire. The first issue is going to release on March 3rd.
Yeah, so I think the big takeaway here is that you get a premise of the show, which is cool. And to me, Pete, that we're getting this 5 issue comic in March is probably going to go through the month. I would think if it's a weekly release, could be monthly, could be longer, but I think it does tell me here we're not getting this show until after the movie comes out.
Do we think it's a May 4th release?
I don't think they're going to overshadow the movie. That'd be my guess.
That's fair. That's
I,
fair.
I
But
hope
yeah,
not.
My guess is summer.
yeah. I mean that makes the most sense. Or they may just feel like they don't have anything for the holiday season, so that's their holiday season release, and they'll put something else like another Tales or something in the summer that they haven't announced yet. I mean, are we on pace for one a year for Tales, pretty much?
I think roughly.
Roughly, yeah. So maybe they'll do like a Tales in the summer just to keep you entertained. Then Maul's the holiday release.
Yeah, I think the thing I would expect for May 4th is like something tied to that Mando Grogu movie. Maybe like a featurette or something, like something to get people hyped for that movie, would be my guess.
It's fair. It's a good guess.
Like a behind the scenes kind of deal. Like, hey, check out what's coming up on this movie. We'll give you a couple of exclusive, maybe like a scene that's exclusive that you haven't seen a trailer for. Anything else, Nick, or are we good?
No, we are good.
All right, we're going to go to the abandoned Star Wars characters. This is a completion of a trilogy of podcasts we've done. Back in 2024, we did abandoned Star Wars projects. There's projects that were at some point in development, never finished. Last year, we did abandoned storylines. That was fun. This year, we're starting out with abandoned characters. We have a list of 12 characters, and we're going to, based on Nick's suggestion, we're going to put them in a tier list. And we have 4 tiers here. You could, standard procedure, you're going to go the S, A, B, C. We decided to make it more fun. We have the Star Wars theme tiers. So the top tier, the S tier, is Wizard. The second tier, which is the A tier, is This Is the Way. The third tier, which is the B tier, I've got a bad feeling about this. And the final tier, the C tier, Bantha Poodoo. So how you feel about the tiers, Pete?
I would have said the C tier could be I Have Spoken. That would have been a good one. But yeah, no, they sound good. I like the theming.
Yeah. Nick, any
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think we'll. When I rank them, I'm gonna rank them by S and A. But I like to have having the label there. I think it'll look cool at the end when we have like an infographic or whatever.
all
It's
right. So
very Cold Stone Creamery of you. Instead of just large, medium, small, it's like, oh, the wizard, love it, have to have it.
Yeah,
all right, so we have 12 characters. They span the range here. There are no original trilogy characters here because those have been explored to death pretty much. We have characters in the prequels, characters in the sequels, animated characters. The cutoff here we used was through Mandalorian 3 release. That's the cutoff we use because we do not like it's too soon to say what they're going to do with the Acolyte people and the Skeleton Crew people and the hanging threads from Bad Batch. So those were not eligible, basically. It's the
yeah.
rest of the list.
And to be clear, we're ranking them on whether we want them back, not whether or not we think it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to also explore a little of why we have the characters were abandoned.
Yeah.
All right, so Pete, I'll give you the first crack. Give me a number between 1 to 12.
Let's go 11.
Go to 11 at the bottom of the list. I will highlight this. I'll move the highlight here. This is a character from Star Wars Rebels, once I can get the highlight removed, so bear with me here. Agent Callus, one of the few characters from Rebels we have not seen since the show ended. We know Kanan died. We've seen everybody else, either Mando or Rebel or Ahsoka. Callus left off on his own thing. So, do you want more Like, why do you think we did not get more Callus?
think it's a loaded question. I mean, I, I just don't think they needed Agent Callus. He wasn't like the main character. He played a role, obviously, but I think we never got more of him because we didn't have the medium to. I think Ahsoka season two may offer that opportunity. I just don't know. Like if you look back at Rebels, like or even after Rebels, do you really need the character anymore?
Yeah, Nick, I think the thing with Callus that may be tough here is I think like he was intriguing with the rivalry with Zeb and like being on opposite sides. I think once he flipped sides, they didn't really have much to do with him. I think even season four of Rebels, he's kind of just off screen doing his own thing while the rest of the main crew is back on Lothal.
I'm with you. I'll even be the first to rank. To me, this is a C tier, which is the Bantha Poodoo tier. Um, if he wasn't in these previous shows that he could have been, which is Rogue One, Andor, Ahsoka, I think it's proved that they don't need him. So I don't think there's any. I don't want him back. I don't think there's any realistic chance of getting him back. I don't think we need him.
I don't think we needed to. I'm fine putting him in the Bantha Poodoo tier, but I will say, Pete, Dave Filoni loves his callbacks. I would not be shocked if we see Callus in an episode of Ahsoka season two.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. I mean, I would rank him the tier above just because I would want him back. I think it'd be interesting, but again, you don't need him. So I don't it's not like a hard no for me, but I'm okay with you also tiering him at that level.
All right, so I'll drop Callus into that C tiers. Into
I
the
feel like if we were going to get him, we would have got him already.
Are we sure about that? Because we didn't get Zeb in Ahsoka, or he should have been.
Well, we got him in Mando.
Yeah, but that
Like
was like
he showed up already.
yes, like Callus, we don't know what he's doing. But apart from the Rebels epilogue, they said like he helped Zeb rebuild this world, basically.
Right.
All right, so Nick, I'll give you the next guess. Where are you like next character? Where do you want to go?
I'll go 9.
All right, so number 9. This is a character got their own show, abandoned afterwards. Boba Fett has not been seen since the
F
finale book of Boba Fett in
F
2021. Pete is
F
out on more Boba Fett.
below C. No, we're done. We tried. We're done.
I'm
Yeah,
with Pete. I don't want him back. We're not going to get him back. If you give me the Boba Fett from the tragedy, it's S. I want him, but that Boba Fett only existed for like 19 minutes.
yeah. So I think the agreement is I think I'm higher. I do think the character has value if written correctly. I just think the problem is here that like Robert Rodriguez, with an assist from the writing from Favreau, tanked the character so hard that like it ruined him for audiences. I mean, we heard from Tim Morrison that there were plans for him to be in Mando season 3. He got cut. That he allegedly was involved in the movie originally. He got cut from that also. The reception to the show was bad, so they threw him out with the show. So the theory is here, like, I would be fine if we got more Boba Fett. I would be in the, you know, I've got a bad feeling about this tier, but like I understand why, like, if this is the direction they've gone with the character, it's hard to kind of go back to him being bad again, where he looked like an old weak old man throughout the show.
Yeah, I'd be okay, more so okay with Boba Fett and less okay with Tim Morrison, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If he just kind of kept the helmet on the whole time and just acted and did that stuff, I'm fine with it. But I'm going to have to go with C.
I don't think it's a Tim Morrison problem. I think it's a writing problem that like
I think it's both.
I think it's a more of a writing problem because like Tim Morrison we've seen other things. He's a good actor, but like
Yeah, he is, but he plays a horrible Boba Fett. He's only Boba Fett because he was Jango Fett. He's a horrible Boba Fett.
yeah. I mean like to be fair to him, like Boba Fett in the original movies was not like much to go off of.
Yeah.
Same thing.
But
Same
I tell
thing.
you what, it definitely wasn't this.
Yeah. Do you put him? We're bringing him. So I think you consensus says he's in that last year, above or below Callus.
Below.
I'll put him above, I guess.
Give him a whole new tier.
I'll go above Callus. All right, so I'll go now. I'm gonna go with number 2, just for the hell of it, and we're gonna go back to the Book of Boba Fett again for an established character who was on this episode last year for abandoned storylines. Cobb Vanth, who was shot by Cad Bane, got left in the back of the tank after he was turned to a cyborg by the by that whoever the rapper's character was. Like we haven't seen him since. Do you want more Cobb Vanth?
Pete, you're up.
Sure. No, I don't want more. I don't want more Cobb Vanth. I think the only reason why I may want more Cobb Vanth is because if Cad Bane gets through in the mix, because I did like the appearance of Cad Bane. Don't know much more what you would do with Cad Bane, but good character in the show. I'm not gonna knock it too much, but like personally, I think the Book of Boba Fett really just lose lost a lot of value in my opinion once it went to the Mandalorian season 2.5. I think it just turned into that and it just like everything else outside of it was just who cares.
Well, I
So
mean,
that's kind of where I'm at.
we were not loving the Boba Fett even when it was just Boba Fett.
Right.
Yeah.
So everything I would say everything outside of 2.5, right? Mando 2.5, it just doesn't I really couldn't care about the character unfortunately.
Yeah, and Nick, I will throw out here that we talked about this recently that Timothy Olyphant basically said he's texted Favreau and said, "Hey, like I'm not dead. Like I'm still in this. Like Cobb Vanth's not dead. I'm willing to come back." And like I feel like you don't get the post credit teaser if you don't have plans for him. Like, why do you think we haven't explored those plans?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. And to me, this is the inspiration from in my mind at least, the inspiration for the episode. I
There's
think when you
there's
think of
there's there's one other one that's a bigger inspiration for me.
when I think of an abandoned character, this is the one that jumps out to me right away because they had a post-credit scene that was showing that he was going to be in future things, and it's now been
5 years.
4 years,
5 years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, it was in Boba Fett, right?
Yeah. Flip was 21. It's 26 now.
Well, Boba Fett was this time in 21,
Yes.
so it's 4 years. So it ended in 22 actually. So you're looking at a 4 year time,
Yeah. That we have not even gotten a hint of where he is.
right?
Yeah. So where would you put him on the tier list, Nick?
I put him in the B tier because I'm a little more interested in the other ones, but I'm really overall not that interested.
Pete.
I'm C tier just for what I said earlier.
I'm going with Nick in the B just because that post credit thing made me very intrigued about what they want to do with him. So I'll put him in there. I think that's a start there. So Pete, next one on the list. You give me another number. It's not 2, 9, or 11.
Number 6.
All right, number 6 here. This one will be very popular with
Three.
us. He has not been seen in a minute. His ship appeared. He did not. The great Hondo Onaka,
S.
Ultra S.
the king of the S tier.
Yep. S.
And it's funny because you think about Hondo and like his legacy in the Clone Wars, like he's a very iconic, fun character, all this great stuff with Hondo. Like they've brought a lot of characters from animation to live action. We see it with Cat Bane. We saw it with, the Rebels crew. Why do you think we have not touched the Hondo situation?
I
I
think
really
they
don't
had
know.
their opportunity, but they didn't. I think Skeleton Crew was the opportunity. They just didn't.
They've used him, which weird. It's not like they're just running away from Hondo. He was in the game. Um,
He's in Galaxy's Edge.
he was in the Outlaws game. He was in Galaxy's Edge. His ship was in Skeleton Crew. Like he's around. They're just not showing him.
The
Do you think
last,
it's a live action thing?
I
That
don't
they're just
know.
not comfortable putting him in live action? Something with the costume or makeup or whatnot? But in that's the case, why is he not in any of the animated things either?
I mean, we CGI'd Zeb entirely. I mean, we couldn't CGI Hondo if we wanted him.
Look,
Yeah,
if they went out of their way to put his ship and not him, to me, it's like if you're going to go out of your way to do that and you're not going to just put him in a show where he probably should be in a pirate show, like the chances are slim to none. It's just like they just don't want to do it. Whether it's the makeup, whether it's whatever, it's just not happening.
We've heard buzz from Jim Cummings, the voice actor, said that Hondo's going to be in something soon. I think we will get him in Maul Shadow Lord. That's my hunch where we see him again.
it would make sense there.
Because like that, if Maul's trying to establish his criminal underlord world again, like it would make sense he's running into guys like Hondo trying to like make deals and whatnot. And we're unanimous on the S tier.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Nick, you're up.
Go for Kobe, 8.
All right, number 8. This is a sequel trilogy character that was intriguing design, started by Boba Fett, completely wasted and didn't appear after episode 8. Captain Phasma. We got her very iconic, the silver armor. She's Finn's supervisor. She gets left for dead in 7, shows up again in 8 to fight Finn, and gets left for dead again, then not heard from in 9. So, first of all, why do you think we went to the trouble of killing her off, bringing her back, and then leaving her again?
When you say when they come back, do you mean they come back after the timeline of where they were, or just see them again?
I would say see them. I would say see them again.
Because if you told me that Phasma's coming back to life, it's lowest on the list as possible. But if you're telling me we can get a little intro on Phasma, maybe learn about her background, how she became who she was, I'm still putting her in the C tier, but I'm putting her above Boba Fett and Callus.
Pete, any thoughts on Phasma?
I think she's an intriguing character, but I also just don't know where, how or where you would put her, where you bring her back. So I want more, but I don't really know how it's going to work.
All right, so I'm going to go C tier as well. Are you
Yeah,
cool
I'm
with
Yeah,
that?
a
so sorry. Yeah, I would go C tier.
I'm going above Boba Fett as well. I think it's like at this point, like Phasma at least is a blank canvas of sorts, whereas we got an entire show on Boba Fett and we did not like what it delivered. I'll keep things moving here. I'll go to the top of the list.
You are up.
I'll go
Oh, you're
number one.
going 10. That's your number. You got to do it. Your number's 10.
All right, fine, I'll go number 10. And we'll stick with the Boba Fett theme. The other lead of that show, Fennec Shand, played by Ming Na Wen. And she would, I think, was our MVP of Book of Boba Fett. So I think this is a situation where, like, I think you agree, it's fairly clear that, like, when they threw Boba Fett out, they threw her out with it.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. Part of me wants to say, how do you do the Mandalorian movie without Fennec? But you just did season 3 without her. So,
I think it's one of those things where, like, they established the partnership so tightly between her and Boba. It feels weird if she shows up and Boba's not there.
yeah, I agree.
I do think like she's a compelling character. From what we saw from her in Mando 1, Mando 2, and Boba Fett, like she can more than hold her own in these situations.
I want her in B below Cobb Vanth.
Pete, how do you feel about that?
I'm okay with that. I agree with you guys. If she's in anything, it's going to be hard to separate her from Boba Fett, and I just think that that's going to be the ball and chain, if you will. So I'm good with B.
All right, so that's half the board down. We'll reset at the end. Pete, your next pick. You have 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 12.
7.
All right. So number 7 here. A sequel trilogy character who was technically in the next movie, but was basically sidelined due to fan reaction. Rose Tico.
This is going to sound harsh, but it's one of those things. It's like it just kind of fizzled out. So it's like I don't really. There's like no want there, you know. I'd
Yeah,
say it was a bad character or was played poorly, but it just like because it fizzled out and it was such a disappointment. It just I don't know if want is the word.
Yeah, Nick, I feel bad for the actress because like through no fault of her own, like the audience
Of
hated her
course, yeah.
storyline, and then like they rewrote 9, basically buried her, like and said, "I'm stuck in on the planet with Leia reading schematics. All you rest of you guys go on the adventure." So that sucks for the actress. Like I just think like I wouldn't mind more of her if we went back to that time. I think they have no desire to go back to that timeline anytime soon. Apart from
Yeah, listen, what her name escapes me. It's Kelly Marie something. I'm sorry, I don't remember her
Kel-
last name, but
Kelly Marie Tran.
Kelly Marie Tran, feel very bad for her and what happened, and a lot of unfair criticism was given to her. With that being said, though, I have zero interest in the character, and to be honest with you, I'd rather see Callus.
So she's going to the bottom.
For me, she's on the bottom. You guys could
Pete also said she was on the
concede.
bottom. So I'm going
Yeah,
for her there.
no fault of the actress. It's a shame what people do on the internet, especially, but it's unfortunate that I just don't have any interest in the character, not the actress, the character.
Yeah, I think they had designs of having her be the fourth member of the team, like Lando became the fourth member of the team, Return of the Jedi, but the audience just hated her so much they didn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, even the people who like The Last Jedi, which I'm not one of them, but I really don't see much defending of that angle in the movie, that storyline, the her and Finn part of the movie. It's really hard to defend that part.
That part is pretty universally hated, regardless if you like the
Yeah.
movie or not.
Right.
All right, so I'll go up. I think you're up now, Nick.
I'll go with 12. We'll get the whole bottom done.
Okay, the bottom done. This is a character from Mando 3, nebulous end to the storyline, never really touched on again. Dr. Pershing, who we last see getting basically brainwashed by the New Republic, and we don't know, or brainwashed by the First Order, like Imperial remnants of the group here. He gets tricked, brought in, basically lobotomized, never heard from again. So, you think we will get more of this Dr. Pershing storyline?
I don't know, but I do want it. I think this could be compelling for the movie or a future season of Mando or whatever
So
it may
pick us
be.
up.
And that was so cool. I think Pete just took a swig out of a 2 liter. That was so cool.
There's not much left. I'm not that fat.
Yeah, so I think the thing with Pershing that's intriguing, Pete, is sort of like that, like this is a character who we easily could have just left alone after Mando 2. They made a point to bring him back to show us how the New Republic is integrating the ex-Imperials into the system. He gets conned by Elia Kane and basically turned into like a vegetable so that like he can do this. And I think like Mando 3's reception makes you wonder, considering I feel like he was in the original four plans before they went to the movie. I wonder where they will continue that storyline if they don't do season four.
These doctor like Dr. Hemlock and Dr. Pershing storylines that just keep getting cut off. It if you want to try to salvage episode 9 like the movie, you need some more information in how Project Necromancer or something happened. And I feel like it's a mistake. I would want more Dr. Pershing or in general just the doctors of the Empire or the First Order or whatever you'd like to call it. So, for the interest of time, I would go B.
I would go A on Pershing, to be honest with you.
I forgot A was a thing. I would say A. I'll meet you. I'll meet you up there with the A.
Yeah, I'm fine with A. I would probably, if it was just me, I would probably put him in B above Cobb Vanth, but I'm fine with A.
Yeah, I think like there's so much like stuff you can do with Pershing, and I think like for sure like he might get caught in the abandoned well because they pivoted from Mando 4 of the movie. And I wonder if this is a story that they go to in Ahsoka eventually.
Mm,
Possibly.
we'll see.
Because there is a whole new Republic angle going on now with Ezra and Hera back together.
Yeah, you are up for our next,
All right, so we
the
have
top
one
of the list, pretty much.
and 3 to 5. I'll go with number 5. And this is a character from Solo, probably the most famous like, actor in the in this list here, Kira, who if we had Solo 2, obviously would have had more of her. She's famously in the I think the Forces of Destiny by Short. She's in one with Hondo, where I think she outwits Hondo here. I feel like we might get more of Kira in Maul Shadow Lore at some point because their paths should cross based on their connections to the criminal underworld. But like, I would love more of Han Solo's ex. I think that would be fun.
I think we'll get her in Maul. I think for sure, and it's easy to get her too because obviously you're in animation. You can just get a different actress to do the voice, and worst comes to worst, and you really need Amelia Clark, and she just has to do voice lines. She can just mail them in, or like it doesn't have to be in a studio for that. Like it's even possible they can get her. I don't think they would, but it's possible. So I think this will happen, and I'm like so wanting it. It's like I'm so confident that it's going to happen that it's pushing me to want it to happen because it's like it has to happen. So to me, this goes in like an A or S.
Pete, how do you feel about Kira?
I like the character and I like the concept around the character. So I would go A. I don't necessarily want to go S because it's not like I'm jumping for joy. I need this character, but I am very intrigued about the underworld, and hopefully we get in the mall show more of the character because of the concepts and the storyline around her as well.
Yeah, I think obviously this is a Amelia Clark thing. I feel like she's in demand for a bunch of things. They're not going to pull her in if it's not like live action. They're not going to that character to solo flop for a little bit. I'm an A also, above or below Pershing.
Go below.
Yeah, I'm okay with below.
Below, because that Pershing storyline is like crucial to the overall saga, where hers is just like, oh, there's a missing gap. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right, that's fine with that. So we got three characters left. Pete,
Got
you're
three
bottom
numbers to pick, one each. Pete, you're kicking us off.
one, three, and four.
Let's go three.
On
All right.
The Babe Ruth number.
Yep. Our first appearance of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Reva slash Reva, who learns about Luke and Luke being Vader's kid, does not like gets left alive at the end of Kenobi, much to many displeasure of the fan base here. Nick's face palming. I'm assuming she's going down to the bottom of the list.
I'm putting her below Rose.
You think you're that low?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think she should have had that information and lived with it. And the more we see her, the more unbelievable it becomes that no one found out.
Yeah, Pete. I think the issue is I don't need more of the Reva Reva storyline. Like, there's only so many things they can do with it, and now they're like, visually exciting to me. I think she's here because I think there were like elements of the fandom that hated the way the character was written and took it out unfairly on the actress.
Nick, do you have a point you
I
want to
do
make?
have one other point. Um, if you show us her at the Jedi Temple surviving with
Exactly what I was going to
Grogu and
say.
maybe Kelleran Beck, then I'm in actually. But if you show us
Exactly what I
anything
was
that
saying.
has to do with her as an adult, I'm out.
Well, I don't think we saw like I think the Keller and Beck Grogu thing sort of his own thing. I don't think we're getting
You know,
her.
maybe he went back and got her too. Like maybe that was a whole thing. We don't know. Like what
I
happened
was I
afterwards.
was gonna say if it's in a prequel to Obi-Wan-esque kind of show, I would say I'd be interested. That's why I would go a B tier. Only because if you go back, how she became an Inquisitor, how she survived, all that kind of stuff, I think that would be more intriguing to me than anything.
I'm going bottom of B. I feel
Yeah,
like
I'm okay with it because of what we said. Like prequel, I'm in. After, absolutely not.
yeah, unfortunately, I think if they do bring her back, it will be after.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
All right, so we got two left here, Nick. One or four.
But Beat did Babe Ruth, so I got to go Lou Gehrig four.
All right, so this one's a little controversial. This was a character in Mando was going to get her own
Okay.
show, and no longer like now. There's the issue with Disney is resolved. Cara Dune was probably the co-lead in the end of season two. Was supposed to be raised in the Republic. We know what happened with Gina Carano. That's resolved here. We don't know like if they're going to work together at some point. If we're going to be recast the character at some point. Like, I think this is pretty much a zero for chance of this ever happening.
I, I'm very indifferent here. Like I'm talking about Cara Dune, not Gina Carano.
The character we is like I think was cool, but like Mando kind of like went a different direction.
It did, and like, yeah, I'd like to see her. She was important in the first two seasons of Mandalorian, but at the same time, we clearly don't need her. So there's arguments to be made for the upper tiers, S and A. There's arguments to be made for the lower tiers, B and C, and that what I just said. So I'm gonna go like right in the middle. I think I'm gonna put her in the bottom of B.
Yeah, Pete, I think like that's the right spot. I also do think they gave a lot of her storyline was she was gonna have to Carson Tave, and he sort of became that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't even know what you would do with the character. I'm very like just low on the character in general when it comes to like don't get me wrong, Mando season one, season two. I'm not saying the character isn't good, but I don't think we need a spin-off of Mando or anything with that character. I don't even think we need one for Boba Fett. So to me it's a C, but if you guys want to go B, I'm okay with it.
I went bottom of B. I think that's probably the right spot because I think like fun stuff there. I just think there's too much like real world baggage to see that happening.
Yeah, and our last one, Billy Martin, Derek Rose. Who you got?
And this was the inspiration for the episode. It was not Cobb Vanth.
Ah.
Jar Jar Binks,
Hmm.
the like most prominent prequel character who has never been touched after the prequels. I mean, we get stuff in novels a little bit about how like he's sort of like a outcast on Naboo because of his role in giving Palpatine emergency powers. There's a comic coming from Ahmed Best where Kelleran Beck and Jar Jar team up on a mission, which I think is gonna be fun. But like, would you want to see what happened to Jar Jar after the prequels? Would that interest you at all, Nick?
Well, I know it's not going to happen. And the reason why is simple. It hasn't happened. And even in Ahsoka's Tales of the Jedi, when she was at the funeral that he was also at, they didn't have it happen. So at that point, it's just so clear that it's not going to happen. With that being said, so the answer, it depends. If it's a Jar Jar show, absolutely not. That sounds ridiculous.
It
But
wouldn't
if
be
it was like
Jar
an
Jar, I think.
episode of a show, like let's say, just gonna throw a show out there, The Bad Batch that we already had, and he was in an episode, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, like Pete, I wouldn't mind having him pop up in even a Mandoverse show or something like oh, hey, it's Jar Jar. Like, what's he up to? Maybe like he's like trying to be useful after like trying to make up for what mistakes he made in the past. I think I'll be fine with that. But I just think like with how much the audience hated the character in the real time, I think they're more to just work with Ahmed Best as Keller and Beck than go back to Jar Jar.
Yeah, I would say if it's a pop-in kind of situation, probably in bottom of A tier. Um, if it's his own show, there's just no reason for it.
They,
Just complete, just bottom of C. So depends, I guess, is my answer.
I think it'll be a pop in because I can't imagine Disney Plus you with the way they're cutting back on content and say, okay,
Yeah,
we're
there's no
making an entire show on Jar Jar Binks, even if it's animated.
way. There's no way. There's no way. I don't know where to place him though, to be fair with you. I really have no idea.
My thought is bottom of A, just because it's been so long since we've seen this character, and he was very important in episode one, a little bit in two. So I would be intrigued to see what they would do with him.
If I had to place him, I would put him below Cobb Vanth, above Fennec and B.
Pete,
So I
I,
mean,
I
get
would
real,
I
I'd
would
rather
say
see
the
Cobb
same.
Vanth than him.
Uh, yeah, I would say the same as Nick. I could agree with that.
but between Cobb, and Fennec.
Yeah.
All right, so the list is done. We have one character in the wizard tier, which is Hondo. We have two in A, Dr. Pershing and Kira. We have five in B, Cobb Vanth, Jar Jar, Fennec, Reva, and Cara Dune. And
I'm
then
willing to move Cobb Vanth from B to A to make the list more even.
Pete, you want to do that?
Sure. I'll give you that.
All right, so I'll move Cobb Vanth to the bottom of A. This is the way. Jar Jar now leads off the I've got a bad feeling about this tier with Fennec, Reva, and Cara Dune. And then the Bantha Poodoo tier, Captain Phasma, Boba Fett, Callus, and Rose Tico.
Yeah, it's surprising when you got Reva, what I don't even know, I still don't know how to pronounce it, in B. But I think we made good points. If it was something beforehand, it sounds great.
There's ways to do this. I
Yeah.
think this is a pretty good order here. So like if you guys have any thoughts, feel free to email us skyguyspod@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the tier list here. So our
I
first
have
tier,
one thought.
yes.
We do this again in a year or two. Above Hondo at the S tier is Chimera, and I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah, I mean like Chimere and I think like Echo will be in the conversation in a couple of years.
Right.
Because like Echo's a big mystery box stats at the end of Bad Batch, something I'll never understand.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's it for this week's episode of the podcast. I'll be back next week. We're gonna revisit Mandalorian season 2, chapter 9, The Marshal. So this is the very speaking of Cobb Vanth, his first appearance in the Star Wars universe this episode.
Here he is. Here he comes.
And the Boba Fett armor.
Yeah.
So Pete, like excited about that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, I thank you guys for coming on here. Really appreciate it. Pete, people follow you on social media. I'm not gonna do that.
At Consy29 Twitter, CONSY29, AP Tyler 308 posted this background on Reddit. Make sure you check him out.
Nick, one more time. You want to follow us on social media? I'm not gonna do that.
At Sky Guys Podcast, all over social media, at skyguyspod@gmail.com if you'd like to email the pod.
You can also follow me on social media, mphillips331. It's MPHILIPS331. This is go over the Just on the Suffering podcast. We wrapped up the NFL regular season, getting ready for the playoffs, Nick. So, any Super Bowl predictions?
Yeah, can you believe they changed the rules of the playoffs and allowed the Giants to get in?
Yeah, they decided, you know what, like this is going to be an inverse record situation.
Yeah, I can't believe it. So the Giants got the 1 seed now.
Yeah, and the Jets got a 3 in the AFC.
But in all seriousness, it's hard to say that the Rams and the Broncos are going to lose anytime soon, but we'll see.
My thought: watch out for Buffalo.
Oh yeah, always watch out for them.
Yeah, this is the if they don't get there this year without Mahomes, without
Possibly without Lamar too.
possibly without Lamar, they don't do that. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, we'll be back next week to kick off Mando season 2 coverage, and we rewatch The Marshal. Until then, may the force be with you.